In this edition of Service My Car, we look at a staple in the world of commercial vehicles, the Toyota HiAce. As always, it's important to familiarise yourself with your vehicle's service intervals so that you know when you're due for a service. The oils and filters in your car have a limited lifespan and if neglected could lead to a costly trip to the mechanic. Once it's time for your next service, make sure you've got everything you need before jumping in. In this service, we'll be looking at replacing the engine oil and oil filter, air filter and cabin air filter. To confirm the part numbers that you need, jump onto the Ryco Filters website and grab the details before heading down to your local parts store. This Toyota HiAce uses the Ryco RSK37C filter service kit, which includes a Ryco Z418 oil filter, an A1632 air filter, an RCA 164P cabin air filter, and an R2619P fuel filter. When it comes to the best quality service products, Ryco has you covered. Starting with the oil and filter change, we'll first need to get the car in the air. It's a good idea to start with the engine warm, but not so warm that you can't work on it. This will help the oil drain faster. After removing the sump plug, you can move on to the oil filter while the oil drains. If your oil filter is difficult to remove, Ryco offers removal tools to suit a wide range of oil filters, making removal a breeze. Once you've removed the oil filter and cleaned the mounting surface, apply fresh oil to the O-ring on the new Ryco oil filter and thread the filter on. Only tighten the oil filter about a quarter turn past hand tight. From there, replace the sump plug washer and refit the sump plug. Next, do your initial oil fill using the Ryco Flexi funnel to help avoid any mess. These engines take about 7 litres of oil. After filling the correct amount and checking the dipstick, we can start it up and check for leaks. To replace the air filter, simply unclip the airbox lid, lift the lid away and pull out the old filter. From there, give the airbox a quick clean, install the new Ryco air filter, make sure that the seal is seated correctly within the airbox and reinstall the lid. From here, we can move on to replacing the fuel filter. First, locate the fuel filter housing within the vehicle's engine compartment. Next, detach the connector for the water and fuel sensor, loosen the fuel hose clamps and remove the hoses, and undo the bolt on the mounting bracket. With all of that out of the way, you can then remove the fuel filter housing. To access the fuel filter cartridge, undo the locking ring. From there, you'll be able to remove the housing lid and pull out the old fuel filter cartridge. Next, fit the new Ryco R2619P fuel filter with the supplied O-ring. Then, refit the housing like so, making sure to line up any alignment marks and place the housing back in its mounting location. Once you've refitted all of the fuel hoses, hose clamps, the water and fuel sensor connector, and the mounting bolt, it's time to prime the fuel system. To do this, repeatedly press the primer head until it becomes hard. Moving on to the cabin filter, you'll first need to gain access by removing the glove box compartment like so. Then, remove the cabin filter housing lid and take out the old cabin filter. Once you've cleared the area of any debris, refit the new Ryco cabin air filter, making sure that it's facing in the correct airflow direction as indicated on the filter. From there, you can reinstall the cabin filter housing lid and glove box components. With all of that now sorted, all that's left to do is go for a road test and make sure everything's in good working order. As always, we recommend using your local mechanic to service your Toyota HiAce. Head to rycofilters.com.au for all your service needs and ask your local retailer or mechanic for Ryco products.